Hi, everyone. I'm Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning attorney. And I want to talk to you today about a recent conversation I had with a woman who came to my office. Let's call her Jane for purposes of this video. Jane, just to describe her, she is a middle-class professional. She's African-American, has a very large family that's located across a bunch of states all over the country. So I asked her, what led her to want to get her plan in place? And she said she saw me during a recent webinar and things started clicking. And she said, well, it's finally time for me to get my affairs in order. And so I asked her, I probed a little deeper because I get that often, it's time for me to get my plan in place. And I decided to probe a little deeper. And I said, well, why did you delay? And when I started, as we say, peeling back the onion, she revealed that there was a long family history of procrastination, refusal to talk about estate planning, and even superstitions. If you start talking about wills and death, it's somehow you're conjuring things up. And my response to her was, well, where has that gotten us, really, as a community, and particularly communities of color? It's gotten us to a loss of generational wealth and a younger generation that's ill-equipped to manage their own affairs. So this vicious cycle continues, right? And then I said, Jane, what if we were to change that generational narrative? So going from chaos and confusion and surrendering millions in property and assets due to lack of preparation to a new story. And what does that look like? You've got families now with comprehensive estate plans. You're eliminating fear, regarding discussions about estate planning, wills, and so forth. And you're replacing that with information, with education, and empowerment. So that's the new narrative, right? And I need you to visualize that. And I also want us as a society to just, and particularly communities of color, because this is where I see this happening so often, we need to start normalizing talks about estate planning at the dinner table and at family gatherings. What will that yield us? Well, you're going to yield a generation of adults that are taking personal responsibility for their lives and their families, and you are stemming the loss of wealth, of generational wealth. And you're also planting a seed in the next generation in the hopes that when they get old enough to start their families and their careers, that they will remember what mom and dad did. They will remember. They may not understand the specifics, but they will remember that mom and or dad talked with an attorney. And sometimes that's enough to get them started on the road to proper estate planning. Now, I help individuals change their family's narrative and create a legacy through estate planning. That's what I love to do. If you're in Maryland or DC, I want you to contact me. I'm Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning attorney. And I also want you to connect with me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Elsa W. Smith Law. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.